Hello Business Essentials. I'm here to create a tutorial for you when you're using the Wix website to create your own e-tail store that you're going to make for this unit. Um, this is the basic view of what you'll get after you sign in. Remember, all you have to do is go to www.wix.com, this website up here, and choose the option, click sign in, and then choose the option to sign in with your Google account. You don't have to worry about creating a whole nother login or everything. You can just use that every time when you log in. Okay, so then that'll bring you to some templates you can choose from. And I selected business and services, and then they gave me a drop down list, and then I'm going to choose something that's in sports and recreation. And I've been going through the pages here. I'm actually on the third option. There's some page options down here at the bottom. And I'm on the third option, so I selected the golf course because I kind of want to run a golf course for my retail site. So that's what I've chosen. As I come back here, it looks like it's telling me it's time to save your work and name your site. So I guess I'm going to type in Paradise Golf, and then they can finish it after that, and I'll just hit save now, and then that'll save it. Congratulations, it's saved. You do want to make sure you save it when you're done. Okay, now I'm going to talk about some editing things here in a moment, but that save option is right here, and I've saved it initially, so if I come back into my Wix.com account, I can open it back up and edit it from where it's at. So the next stage is editing your site. Everything is just like you would see in like a Word template or any other kind of template you would use that's an application. So like if I click on this heading and I don't want to change it, or I don't want to call it the Atlanta Golf Club, I'm going to call it Paradise Golf Club. I can go in here, I can double click to edit it, or you notice the dialog box showed up there, but I'm going to do this first. Let's see, I don't want the Atlanta. I want to call it Paradise Golf Club. Okay, so there it is. Then I can change the font colors and all that good stuff down here at the bottom. I'm not going to bore you to death with those options. They're all right here. Okay, so you can change that. If you want to create a link through that, you could. Again, not really important. So I'm going to close that, and that's how you edit text in here. These other options down here, these links are your other pages as well. So if you want to edit those things, when you click on this, it's a whole bar of information. And you don't want to change the links because that's how you get from page to page. So what I really want to do, like, let's say I don't want this called golf. Let's say I want it called golf clubs. I can go in here to rename pages after I've clicked on it. And this will pop up. And you'll notice there's the home page, and I can change the name of the home page. Please don't do that. Leave the home as the home. I'm going to move on. These are my other pages, and these are my sub pages. If they're tabbed in a little bit, they end up being sub pages. If you don't want them to be sub pages, just drag them out. They should let you drag them out. It's not letting me. There we go. There's an example of one I was able to drag out. I don't know why it would let me do that to memberships. There it goes. So if I wanted those to be their own pages, I could. I'm not going to. I'm going to go ahead and keep them under. So I'm just going to drag them back. And that'll make them sub-pages, and I'll show you how that works here in a second. So I told you I wanted to change golf. So I'm going to click on golf here. You'll notice that you can also access this right here. If you didn't want to click on the bar, so to speak, you could click up here on pages, and it'll list all your pages that you have available. So to rename this page, I'm going to call it golf. I'm not going to call it golf. I'm going to call it tee times. Tee times, because that's where I want people to go to get their tee times and schedule their tee times, and look at memberships and things like that. So, in fact, actually, tee times instead of memberships, I'm going to call this something else. I don't want that to be memberships. I want that to be schedule a tee time. And then I'm going to change the opening hours. I'm going to leave the opening hours so they can see that, and I can plug that in there as I see fit. Okay, so I'm going to leave that as it is. I've got scheduled tee time, and I got tee times. So that's how you can change some of the names of the pages that you have. And so if I hit done, I come back, I close this little window here, you can see that it changed it to tee times, and I didn't change the other ones, so they stayed functions, and golf and contact us is all going to be there. So if I click on tee times now, and like I want to navigate, so I want to show you how to navigate that. So You saw those other pages, those sub pages that go with tee times. If you want to see how it works, like you're in edit mode and you want to see if it actually worked, come up here to preview and click on preview. And now I'm in that, you'll notice it says back to editor and it says I'm in preview mode. So you'll notice those sub pages now show up as a drop down menu, and I didn't have to really do much. I just had to name them. And so now I can select schedule tee time or opening hours, and it'll take me to those items. There you go. And tee times itself is right here. And obviously I haven't put anything in yet, but I would go in and change this information, and I would go in and change maybe some of the pictures that I want to match, like it says tee times, so that actually isn't bad. I kind of want a newer club. That thing's from like the 1980s, so I'd probably update that. So that's how you edit a page and preview your edits that you've made as far as text is concerned and titles. Let's go back to editor real quick, and I'll show you a couple other things you can do. Let's talk about design now. Maybe you're on this page and you want to change some design elements. You can click on anything and edit it, okay? If I want to click and edit some things in here, like maybe I want to change the gallery type, and instead of a slideshow, I want it to be a showcase here. Alright, so now it's going to be a showcase, and it doesn't have to stay there. You can move it. I can move it up, and I can shrink the size of it like so it can manipulate there, and then you can have a showcase where people can slide through. And if you're not sure how that works, I want to make it just right. If you're not sure how that works, you can go back to your publish. Not publish, preview, and you can see if it does anything. Yeah, if you click on the next picture, it'll show you the next image. So that's how a showcase works. Okay, and each one of those options, and I'll go back to editor. Each one of those options, oops, sorry, I want to click on this, close. Each one of those options in your change gallery type has a different thing that goes along with it. So you can kind of pick and choose what you want to do there. I would kind of play around with it and make adjustments according to the different options that you have and the different pages you're showing. And maybe it depends on if you're trying to show products or if you're just trying to show pictures of your store. So that's kind of up to you, okay? So that's changing the gallery types and some imaging there. So I'm going to close that now. Let's look at some other options that were also in there. You can organize images. And so if you click on that, it's going to open up an image option here. And there's 1 and 2 images. I think 4, maybe 5 is the max because this is the free version. You can have more if you paid for it, but we're not going to do that. And to add images, you just click on Add Images. And if you want to, you really need to save your images. Copying and pasting images really doesn't work very well. So just to give you a heads up on that, you want to save your images, and then you can upload from your computer. You can upload images right here, or you can get some free from Wix if you want to. I believe the BitStock images you have to pay for. So obviously I'm not going to make you pay for anything. So I would choose either the free from Wix images or upload your own that you saved from Google, something like that, okay? So once that's done and you've added your pictures in, they'll rotate through any one of those gallery styles that you pick, and it'll make yours nice and unique to your own. I want you to use your own images, all right? There's going to be a lot of stock photos that come with whatever template you use, but try to update your images to tailor it to your products that you're trying to sell, okay? Don't let it be whatever stock photos that are there. That's boring, all right? Try to make it new and innovative and creative, all right? So excuse me. So that's one set that you can do there. That's one thing you can do with images and organizing images. You can work with the overlapping of different things. There's some copying and pasting options you have here too. Some layering, sending to backward. If you want to look at settings, you can change your gallery type in there as well. You can organize some images in there as well. You can change how the images move through here, and you can also change the margin size of them if you want to. And see how that changed up there? It kind of shows you a little preview. I would leave mine wide. I kind of like them connected, so that's my view. If you want thumbnails, you can change. See how they have thumbnails down there at the bottom? If you want those, you could do that. If you want a 4.3, you can kind of make them look like whatever you want. And if I'm doing this, if I'm the one showing this, I probably would turn my thumbnails off and just have that.
Vampires, not
I don't
eat
think thumbnails
vampires.
look good with that, but that's just my opinion.
Not eat vampires.
Not eat vampires. My daughter's giving you some tips on not eating vampires. So thank you, Mackenzie. I appreciate that. All right, let's keep going. I'm going to close that. Let's look at some of the design options you have. You can mess with your background and change the images or whatever is in the background. You can also customize your background and bring in an image if you want. Same kind of situation where you can bring in your own image and add it in. Same way you would add pictures. All right, so I'm not going to go real in depth with that. It's the same process. And you can play with these items and kind of mess with it. It can make some pretty cool stuff, so have fun with it. Some other design options, there's colors, there's fonts. It's similar to the background changes. Play with them, see what you can come up with. Really the thing I want to teach you next and what I want to use the rest of this video with is the plus button here. So adding some different things like media. If you want to add some video to your, maybe you have a commercial you want to put in there to sell your product, and you can do that. You can take a commercial from YouTube, click on media, and then look at the options you have to add. I would select video if you want to do YouTube, and it's going to bring this little item up here. And see how it has a preloaded YouTube icon here? So it's going to load this, and you can drag this and move it wherever you want. But then click on it, and it'll give you some settings. Go to your settings, and then you can change that video to whatever video you want. All you got to do is go get the link and put it in there. So if there's a commercial you want for your product, that's the easiest way to do it. And then you can have it loop. You can have it autoplay when people click. That's totally up to you and how you want to do it. You've seen other people's websites and how, like, especially ESPN.com, how they have videos that just automatically play when you go to them. That's how that works. They have a little option here. They click in their background and their tools, and it just plays. Okay, you can also show it in the title bar. You can do a light control bar, all that good stuff. And I'll let you mess with that. There's some style options, some animation you can add to have the video come in and go out. But that's your choice, okay? So I won't go much further into videos. There's some music you can add in there too. I don't know. Sometimes music is good and sometimes it's overdone. So be kind of careful. Don't overdo the music part if you're going to try and do it. And also, the music's probably got to be something that you is either free or you've paid for. So however you could get that in there, that's up to you. I don't know that there's going to be a lot of resources for music on your computer, at school anyway. So I'm going to go back to add and look at some of the other things. There are some online store components and some apps that you can add in. If you're looking for buttons and menus, they're right here, some shapes and lines. Go in there, explore, add anything you really want. Like if I go to buttons and menus, look, there's some buttons here. Maybe you want to have a link to PayPal. Again, these may not be functional because we're just trying to make a simulation of it, but it'd be cool to have a PayPal button on there or whatever button you want. Maybe you want, like down here in the social media thing, maybe you want to tell them you have a Facebook or a Google Plus or a Twitter feed or something like that, just to show that you have that component, not necessarily that you actually can use it or it's active. But that'd be one of those things that's pretty common on a online website. And then the apps thing here, these are some different things you can actually add in to your, maybe you want to give yourself a location on Google Maps, maybe you want a member login button, some other things there. You can add those things too to make it kind of more tailored to your needs and give it a really real feel and a real look. So I've moved on real quick because my video is about to run out. This is the Wix App Market, and there's some options here you can select to and add to give yourself a real feel in addition to those little app options you had. Also down here there's a gear, and this is some other things that you can add in. You can kind of take a look at those. For now, try to keep it simple for day one, and then we'll get a little more complex on day two, and I'll throw some other features at you tomorrow after you view this video, and we'll go from there, okay? So have fun, enjoy building your site. This is a really user-friendly thing. Talk to each other, talk to the people working beside you, check out some options and go from there, okay? If you're working with somebody else, you really can't share and publish, so I highly recommend that you be cooperative and work well together, because remember, you're going to have 3 times whatever number of people are working on that website, 3 times the number of products. Okay, good luck. I will see you on Friday Thank you for participating and working on your websites. I look forward to seeing them.